Testing 1 2. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing 1 2. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing 1 2. Testing, testing. Hello, it's been a while with IC9 chatting. I've been gone for quite a while in general. Been so busy doing other content creating, trying to leave life leave. Sorry, it's been a while since I just talked in general. It's been a while since I just, talked to you guys directly. I appreciate all the subscribers and the followers I've gotten all the time, but I guess it's time for me to actually talk about what I want to talk about today. In general, when you are with any content creator in this world in general, you have to understand you have a duty to them for their stream to go good, for their stream to stay focused in general. I think most people in general that are fans of a lot of me and other content creators don't understand the difference between a fan and a content creator in general. Number one, they're not your friend. They're your friend on the TV. They give you something in your world in general. That's how I see it. I was on this but Discord in general, that talked about this kind of situation that happened. I'm not going to spread it on Twitch, but the guy basically making it seem like the person I'm talking about was basically a person on a screen and not an actual person. When you are a fan for any of your content creators, no matter who it is, you have a right to be there for them regardless. That's what I believe. Because all these years I've been, year and a couple of months, but all these years that I've been doing this in general, that's one thing I have noticed. Because I've been a mod now from the last time we talked, and I've been basically a streamer in general as my stream has grown. But one thing I don't understand is how people think that the content creators in general, of all the ones that you love, are your friend. They're not your friend. They're there to give you something that you want. They care about you, but they care about you on stream. It's almost impossible for them to actually care about you directly. They have thousands and thousands and millions, and we're talking about the top content creators out there in general, that have so many people they have to talk to at once. They have to distinguish between the streaming life and the fan life. It's not saying that they don't really care about you. It's not saying that they appreciate your support, because they do. Because without followers, without streaming, without IRL, without Twitch, or any other content creating in general, these companies would not be striving as they have in general. And I think people don't really understand that in general. It's like when you watch a movie, like good example, Denzel Washington movie in general, and you see that you like his movies, you're his fan, but you're not going to go to his house physically, or when he's taking a shit, or going to his daughter's place or whatnot, and try to sit there and have a turkey with him. It doesn't work like that. That's the same way as content creating. There is a boundary you do not pass, regardless. I know you care about these people. I do too. But the same scenario. They're not your friend. They're there to give you something. They talk to you through the web, through the camera, to you directly. Some people, they care about you more than others. They read your stream. They read your comments all the time. But in general, they're not your friend. They're not your family. They're just there for what they're doing. Being a content creator for this long in general, I've gotten to notice these things in general. you know? I've had fans in the past give me shit, wonder why I don't stream every day, want to talk to me every day. But I have to tell them I work. I don't have time to talk to you all the time. I can only talk to you when I stream live. If I'm restreaming, you can come to my Discord. You can talk to me there. But actual personal, coming to your house, talking to you directly, it's not what's going to happen in general. I'm sorry. Just like other content creators, we have so many people that we talk to every day in general. It's hard to keep up sometimes. I saw a streamer. Let me turn this shit off. Sorry, that AC thing does get annoying sometimes. I saw a streamer that I'm not going to say on here because I don't want her to get involved in this conversation. That she started with 400 subscribers. And I mean, not subscribers, but followers in general. And most of the people she knew were people she's known for a long time. You know, I get 4 to 5 followers when it comes to viewership, if not 3, which is fine. I'm not really worried about things like that. I'm here for the long run. It takes 5 to 7 years to really become famous, to even get money, to be able to stream like this. That's why I tell people in general to do multiple streams like I do. I see Twitch finally allows y'all to do more streams at once. And that's probably the reason why. It's like you win the lottery. You know, you're one in a million people that are streamers in general. And it takes a long time to get your name out there. That's why it's best to just stream on everything in general to put your name out there. But back to what I was saying. I've had people in the past talk personal to me that want to know how I'm doing, that want to come around and talk to me and in a more personal way. And I have to tell them I don't have the time. I have work to do. I have things to do in my life. The streaming world is just my stream world. But in general, my home world is my home world. There's 2 different sides to everything. And let me turn off the damn ads in general. Excuse me. Because I see that's being annoying. To get what I'm talking about. Let me turn all this shit off. So I can talk to you. I apologize for this. It just came on my mind recently, and I feel like it needs to be talked to. Okay, where is the ad? Okay, ads. Let me turn this crap off. Okay. Put me back. Okay, back to what I was saying. There's a borderline between a content creator, like you see me on screen and all your phones, etc. And then there's the other ones that are obsessed with them, thinking they are more than what they are. When you're a content creator in general, you have a duty to give you something, basically, on your screen. That is it. There's no more, no less in that situation. I believe that Twitch, Trovo, and all these streaming services, you're feeding the beast. You're feeding content to the person that you are seeing. But that is it. It's no way for one person to come around to all the millions of subscribers, subs, etc., to basically see them more than what's on their screen. That's why it's best to keep your distance in things like that. I'm going to show you some videos of what I'm talking about in general, but I'm giving you the gist before I start talking about and showing you what I am talking about. I was having a stream with somebody. You know, I'm not going to tell you the streamer's name, but I'm a fan to her. I care about her a lot. She cares about me a lot, but it's not like a relationship kind of caring. It's more that she appreciates me being on the stream and leading her to the right way on her stream. That's all I see her as. A lot of people in general, they think that if they give you something, money and stuff like that, they're supposed to come to your house and be friends with you, having personal conversation with you. That's not what this is at all. You have to understand. Like in Japan, when you see idols out there singing and dancing, you see most of the fans have the lights on, dancing around with them, but they're not going on stage. When they go to the autograph signing, they don't go out there and shake their hand and freak the fuck out and go through that. They understand their boundaries. What I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is you have to understand your boundaries into people. Just as much as you deal with Hollywood people in general that you see. You might be in Hollywood right now and you see them. You don't just walk up to them and have a burger with them. You stay distance. You might ask for an autograph. You might do different things in general to get their attention, but you don't literally get in their face like it's your mom and dad. You don't do that. You stay from a distance. You be respectful. And then if they walk up to you or maybe you're bumping to each other, perfectly fine. Then you can have a conversation with them. But literally coming up to them, thinking that they're your family because you've seen all their movies or you've seen all their shows or the IRLs or the Twitch, that's not what we're talking about here. You have to understand they have a boundary that they have to do. They can't do favoritism, can't talk, but they can't have favoritism in anybody in general. They have to treat everybody equally in general. They can't sit there and go all and out for one person and not pay attention to others. When you're a small streamer like I am, I have 5 to 6 views, maybe 10 at the most. And that's crazy. But I can't message them directly and go in there and talk to them directly and just literally see what they're doing every day. It's not going to happen. It's almost impossible. Now, can you imagine when you have millions and millions of subscribers in general that are actually on your chat, 600 to 1K to 17K? Can you imagine how it's hard to literally get one individual person in general to be more close to them, etc.? That's why most content creators stay distance. They don't respond to every stream that you or chat that you do. They don't do that. They kind of just comment and they eventually just say things every once in a while. But they're not going to sit there and just have a conversation with you because they have millions of other people in general. And it's not just me and you kind of thing. This is me, you, Twitch, and the live stream of the chat. When you're in chat, there's an organization in general. There's the chat. There's an organization with the streamer in general. And then there's Twitch. There's guidelines into certain things that you can and can't do in general. That's how it works. For some people that think they can skip a step or talk to them personally or get mad when they don't respond to their chat, that's not them being disrespectful. That's them understanding their boundaries in general. They're never going to go see you personally. Unless it's a meet and greet or something like that they say on stream. Yes. But they're not going to come directly to your house and be friends with you. It's not going to happen. Ever in their life. Unless they message you directly and it's them. Yes. Other than that, they have a boundary they can't cross. Because what happens when you don't respond in a more respectful way, or you don't understand your boundaries, that's how the streamer crashes. That's how the streamer does not understand, or the fan doesn't understand how this works. When you're streaming to a worldwide thing in general. It's not like me and you just talking just now. I'm a small content creator, even with 1K followers. I'm a nobody. But when you're streaming for a 1K, 2K, 17K, 100K people, that chat It runs extremely fast. It's hard to catch up to whoever's talking to them. That's why they pick and choose who they want to talk to. That is it. It's not like they can just run around and just talk to you directly. It's not a disrespect. It's just that's the way the Twitch stream runs in general. You have to understand where it comes from. And they have to keep their focus on other people too. The top payers, the top subs, etc. It's not like, okay, I just talk to you, we go to the store or we go to a movies, you pay for your movie theater ticket, I pay for your movie theater ticket. It doesn't work like that. It's different. You have to understand your boundaries in general. Because ultimately he's on Twitch or she's on Twitch. Yes, she might be in bikinis. Yes, he might be saying things to make it seem like he's talking to you directly, but he's talking to the whole world in general. It's like Michael Jackson. When you see him doing Thriller or all those things that you see on YouTube, when he's sitting there on the stage and he's not saying nothing, and everybody's flipping the fuck out. And then when he sings, he's not just singing to you, he's singing to all these people at once. That's the power of a Twitch streamer in general, because he wants to make sure he gets every part of himself to everybody, because they paid for that ticket. They paid the money to talk to that person. I'm talking about to listen to their songs, to see them on TV, to see him on I know I'm rambling, but it's what I'm trying to say. When they see them on, they pay that ticket to basically go see them in a concert, basically what I'm trying to say. That's how that works. All I gotta say is do not get too personal with them. Do not ask them how old they are, unless they don't give a shit, because every streamer is different. It's not all the same. If a streamer asks you, is talking about their age or what nationality they are or sexuality, whatever, that's perfectly fine. But if you're literally just getting in stream, as a fan I'm talking about, and you start asking them the weirdest questions about how old they are or where do they live at, not where they're from. Because where you're from is kind of one thing I've noticed everybody does. You tell them from Houston, Texas, or Japan, etc. That's fine. But when you're trying to be more personal with them, when you're asking them where they live at, or you asking them like personal things that it's kind of like stepping over their boundaries, and you can see their face how uncomfortable they feel like talking to you like that. It's because that's the part I'm talking about. You're going over your boundaries in streaming. That's one thing I had to learn in general. There's this girl. I'm very close to her. I love her so much. She loves me so much. But not in a love as you think a love is. It's more like she respects what I do as a fan, and I respect her as she does as a fan. That is it. I don't expect her coming to my house, knocking on my door, and we go on a date or something like that. I expect it as me and you hang out, having fun on stream, and that is it. Some people that get on a stream, they think that, hey, you're IRL streaming in another area. I'm close to where you at. Let me go see how you're doing. Let me come to where you're at. That's a no-no. We're not talking about me and you. That's the crossing the line I'm talking about. We're talking about when you're stream sniping them, when you're coming up to them directly. They don't know who you are. They know you from your name on your Twitch, Trovo, Kick, etc. They don't know who you are directly. They know you as a name on their screen. They care about that name. They don't care about you in particular, And that's what I'm trying to say. They're not saying that, hey, you give me all your money, I run away, fuck you, whatever. They're not saying that. What they're saying is they have work-related stuff, like IRL streams, cooking streams on Twitch. That's a platform to them. But when they turn this off, they have their own friends, their own family, their own things they have to do to basically make it in their own lives. That's the problem I talked about before when I chatted a long time ago about this. People get this mixed up. Content creators think that when you're streaming, They're your friends. They're not your friends. They're your fans. Fans get the same problem. They think that fan or that streamer that they're seeing, that they've put all this money in, that they're actual family or actually friends in the real life. That's not right. That's why it's always a mixture of both. That's why you see a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people that quit the platform because they thought that the fan that they talked to was their actual family. But that's not what it was. Same scenario goes with the fan. They stop subscribing to that channel because they think that that person that they're seeing on the screen is their fan. Fan. They think that they're their actual family. That's not how it works. Twitch gives you a platform, or any content creator. But since I'm saying Twitch, I guess I'll say Twitch. Twitch is a platform that lets you talk to other people in the other world. They have Discord. They have other things to talk to you in a more personal way. But for you to think that they are actually going to be your friend, they're going to actually come to your house, eat dinner with you, and stuff like that. That's not what Twitch has told you in the beginning. Same thing goes with Kick and all of them. Now, I'm not saying all content creators like that, but at least 80% of them are like that. Watch what I'm talking about once I get this damn thing to work. Watch this and see what I'm saying.
The YouTube channel. Look, I know this might be a bit of a harsh title, but I think this is a topic I haven't really spoke about on YouTube, even though I've talked a lot about it on Twitch. And it's worth bringing up to you guys, because it's kind of important. I don't know if you know this, but listen loud and clear. None of your content creators, your favorite ones, including me, are your friends. Now, again, it's not just to make you feel bad or whatever. It's just the truth. Look, I have 1 million subscribers, but I don't know 1 million people in the world. I don't know how many people you can know. I don't even think I know all my Facebook friends. All right, I don't even know all the people I follow on Twitter. How many people are you actually friends with? For me, it's like 20, 25? I don't really know. I guess it's the list of people I'd invite to my funeral. Do you get to make an invite list for that? I don't know how that... And I know this might seem random, but I'm bringing it up for two reasons. The first of which is because someone made a YouTube video called I'm Not Your Friend. And I'm going to play most of it here for you because I kind of want you guys to watch it. It's really well made, and it actually features Slime and Miles, two of my real in-life friends who talk about this. And I actually had no idea this was going to be made, so big shout out, by the way, to Skip. The video you can find in full down below, and I implore you to check it out because it's really well done. But let's just watch some of it here. How could you not get attached to someone like you? Just treat it like you would treat the TV show Mad Men. You shouldn't form a relationship with me. At the end of the day, I'm entertainment. If I stop entertaining, you stop watching. That's it. That's what I want from you guys, because I'm not your friend. I will never, ever hang out with you, and I don't care about you because I don't know you. I can't. There are 13,000 people here. I can't care about all of you because I don't know any of you. So all I do is I turn on Twitch, I treat you like a coherent body of people, and I stream to entertain. That's all I do.
Okay, let's pause for a second. Who is this guy? What is Twitch? Who is he talking to? And why do they supposedly want to be his friend? Let's start from the beginning. This is Ludwig. He's one of the most popular streamers on Twitch, the biggest live streaming platform in the world. Although Twitch started out as a platform for streaming video games, Ludwig is known as a variety streamer, which means that he broadcasts himself doing activities including, but not limited to, cooking, painting, wearing costumes, shopping, ranking things, telling stories, tasting food, reacting to content, hosting game shows, unboxing things. The list goes on for longer than you can imagine. These aren't just solo performances though. On Twitch, viewers can interact with streamers in real time. Any message you send in the chat is visible to the streamer and to everyone else watching. Every stream is host to hundreds of interactions between Ludwig and his chat and between the chatters themselves. So with all that said, the question remains, why do Ludwig's viewers want to be his friends so badly? Well, who better to answer that question than his actual friends?
Right away, it was pretty apparent that Ludwig loved entertaining, and he was always, funny, quick-witted guy. And sometimes we would even have to tell him, we're your friends, not your audience. Like, stop. We want the real Ludwig back. But that is the real Ludwig. Like, he's being so genuine and he has such a passion for it.
And now you see what I'm talking about. It's not just the fans' problem in general. And now you see what I'm talking about. I hate this damn mic, I swear to God. It's like you barely touch it, it'll just mute. But you see what I'm talking about. When you're a streamer, you're playing as a character. Not saying you're not a real person, but the same scenario. You're not yourself. You're basically showing something that nobody else can do to get money. That's how this works. Unfortunately, that's what Kick and all these people do. It's not just I be somebody and be your friend and that's it. A subscriber and all that will get more attention in general than a person that doesn't pay anything. It's not saying that you're not important, but that's how this works. Because how can his channel grow if he's not making money doing it? Because you're wasting the person's time. That's why I say about content creating to being a fan in general. Is it talking? Okay. Sorry. To being a fan in general. You can't mix the two. It goes both ways. Because as you see, Ludwig in general has his own friends. He has his own family that he deals with on a regular basis. And sometimes he has to have friends to tell him, you're not streaming anymore. You can't be too friendly with them. You have to jump back to who you are. That's what I mean. It goes both ways.
Entertainment that it was just clear in the beginning that if he wanted to make a career out of it, that the sky would be the limit.
He got very big very fast because he has this innate ability to absorb material and understand systems. He just watches Twitch all the time, you know, and just learned and understood what worked and what didn't, and what he enjoyed and what didn't.
I mean, the basics are all there. Very charismatic, very witty, handsome guy, friendly. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for in a friend.
Since he began streaming in 2018, Ludwig has quickly risen the ranks to become one of Twitch's top streamers, currently sitting at over 25,000 paying monthly subscribers. As the platform grows, a lot of its creators are starting to experience a phenomenon most commonly experienced by celebrities and sports stars: parasocial or one-sided relationships. Viewers get to know Ludwig through the hours and hours of personal content he puts out, while from his perspective, his audience is just thousands of faceless chatters. But what makes people partake in these relationships, knowing that they're inherently one-sided?
I think.
And what he says about that, faceless chatters, true but false. Each chatter is a person in general. But what he means by faceless chatter, he's talking about people that he sees on the screen in general. When he's scrolling up and down, I don't know, maybe you understand this, fans, but when you scroll up and down, you have that many viewer counts and you have millions of people talking to you. It goes extremely fast. Even when you put it on slow, it goes even faster. It's almost impossible to keep up with it. So you have to see them in a weird way as numbers in general. Now you as a fan, because you see him looking at you through a screen, that you think that, hey, you know, we're good friends, etc. And I'm not talking about all of you. I'm just telling you the ones that think there's more than what it is. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about all these people that he has to talk to at once. He sees them as numbers, as in all the numbers that go up and down on chat in general. Because in general, chat is chatting with people. It's not like Messenger when they, whisper to you and they'll say, hey, let's whisper to each other and talk about whatever privately. It's not like that. When you're chatting with somebody, it's multiple people chatting at the same time.
I think that people wanting to feel connected to humans that they like on like a screen or something is very natural. It's just a very natural inclination to feel a connection to someone who is not engaging with you, and that's still meaningful and significant.
Twitch sort of, especially parasocial relationships on Twitch, tend to cater into a niche, and that's where a lot of his his viewerships and his jokes, a lot of those jokes are geared around playful banter at this guy who seems so handsome, so successful, in a way where you feel like you're his friend because you're able to play those same jokes that we did for many years. That's what friends do, right? And I think his encouragement of that does make people feel like they have maybe a closer connection with him.
And that's what I mean by close. And that's what I mean about close. Hello? Hello? Is it working? Hello? Hello? Okay, I'm working. Okay. And that's what I feel about close connection. Just because he makes you feel comfortable, just like watching a movie in general, it doesn't mean that he's your actual friend. It doesn't mean that he's going to come out on the screen, come to your house, have a couple beers, etc. That's what it means. Some people are looking for something, and even in the streamer side, they expect something out of nothing, basically. So when a stream is grown as far as it grows, especially to the 1K, 2K, 3K, 100K people, they expect it to be more than what it is. Because in the fans' mind, they think, okay, I spent all this money on this person, so now I'm going to sit there and I'm going to get more attention because of that. That's not how this works. The money you're giving to a streamer or any content creator in general, you're giving it for their platform to grow. That is it. You're there to see them grow from 1 to 1 trillion. That's how that works.
As a person than they do.
There's like these extra header wires of engagement that you can plug into that are just so much more than anything that we've kind of dealt with as a society. Like, your TV just doesn't talk back to you. It's just not the case, you know? Because you can type to someone and they can look over and they can see it, or that they can respond to you, or you can give them something like money or bits or whatever, and they can respond to that. And I think it's just this reward system that is very natural and embedded in our heads, that once again, many streamers, it would be detrimental if they explained that reward system was based on a relationship that wasn't really two-sided, and because that makes...
And let me pause that. We're not talking about a relationship. What he's saying is more like a negative. I see it as a positive. When you're on a platform or you go to work, there's a certain way you have to play. I hope it's working. There's a certain way you have to play to survive in that job. Same thing goes with Twitch. Twitch doesn't really tell you in general what the platform is. It just lets you stream on it in a weird way. Not disrespectful way, but maybe it's the understanding that you don't get. Twitch is a platform. It's growing just like Kick. All these content creators that are doing this in general. That's all it is. You want to see your favorite streamer grow to the top streamer it can be in this platform. That is your only goal that you should want as a streamer. That's what I see from my lady friend that I see and talk to her on stream. That's all I care about. I want to see her grow to the most she can be, because that's what she's there for. She's not there to make friends and just be family to you, like in the I'm gonna come over your house kind of thing. She's trying to show Twitch platform in general that, hey, I'm somebody. I can do more with Twitch. So Twitch can see, hey, let's put her mainly on the mainstream. Because like winning the lottery, there's thousands of Twitch streamers out there in general that do exactly the same thing that thousand other people are doing in general. You have to understand that. And that's what people don't understand. It's not like they're being mean to you. It's just Twitch and other companies have not really explained to you what Twitch really is in general. I see it as, if I'm a fan, I'm a fan. If they talk to me personally, I still treat them as a fan. I don't be too personal with them. If I'm a content creator talking to another content creator, we talk content. That is it. I don't ask if you took a shit tomorrow. I'm not going to ask how much money you make. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just having the conversation as it's supposed to be. Same thing when they talk to you directly, or if they do come to your house, or they do an IRL stream with you. You treat them the same way, with the same respect, just like you would treat an actor or actress you would meet. You would not ask personal questions. You would want them to sign the paper and move on. Or if they want to walk with you, you'll have short questions with them. That is it.
Makes people feel bad, but yet they need that to continue doing what they do to be financially supported, right? And that's the system that Twitch created.
It's often a competition of, especially in a chat that's moving as fast as somebody like Ludwig's, who can say the funniest or edgiest things, so to catch attention either from the streamer or from other viewers.
What we actually see represented in Twitch chat is just a small piece of the swarming mass, and that in a way gives me comfort because it makes me believe that many people are just simply watching, and maybe they'll throw an emote, and that's, I think, such a better system than this sort of hybridized, hyper-engaged content machine that is so lacking in sincerity across the board due to the nature of needing someone to support you, but also having to look the other way when you don't like them.
I think the relationships that viewers have with streamers aren't really ever going to be fulfilling because it's very much a ghost at a feast kind of.
And back to what he said about non-fulfilling. When you watch a movie or anything that you like, TV show, you're never going to be fulfilled to be family with that actor or actress in general. You're not going to see that because they're not your friend. They're just something on the screen that you enjoy. That's all it should be. It's not unfulfilling. That's why I hate when people talk. They always make it seem like, make sure my damn mic's working this time. They're always making it seem like it's more than what it is, like I'm talking about. You are there. Repeat what I'm telling you. You are here as a fan. You like their stream. You like what they do. Just like an actor and actress, it's the same way. You want them to grow. You want to be there for them as they grow. But for them to actually be your friend, or you have some kind of sexual or whatever relationship with them, it's not going to happen. Just like actors and actresses. I remember a couple years ago in general, Jack Nicholson, Sylvester Stallone, and all these people in general used to fight the paparazzi for getting too personal. Not saying it's right to fight, and I'm not talking bad about these guys regardless, but you can see how they feel. If they're taking a piss, taking a shit, or whatever they're doing in general, that's not part of the acting that they're doing. That's a character they are playing. That is it. It's like the Star Wars, how fucked up the new Star Wars movies were, and some TV shows. That some people, they have this fascination to go around and they worry and get mad thinking that they're actually that person that they saw on the movie theater. They're not that person. They're the person in general are real. In their mind, I'm talking about the fans. I know it's kind of confusing what I said, but let me reinstate that. The Star Wars movies came out. One of the ladies that was on the show got so much hate on Twitter how bad the movie was. They weren't the ones that made the fucking movie. They weren't the ones that made that character. They just read some fucking lines and they did their job and they moved on. But yet fans was in that character so much, or in Star Wars in general, they were trying to tell them, hey, you're that character. You fucked up. But it's not their fault. It's the writers. It's the movie in general. The ones that made the movie. The graphics, Disney, whatever. LucasArts. That's the ones that should get cussed at. Not the person that played that character. And that's what I'm talking about. Some people don't understand this difference between a fan and a actor or actress or a streamer. It's the same thing. You can get, because I felt that way myself. I'm not going to lie to you. I love this woman. I would love to take her out on a date. I would love to do anything with this girl. But I had to learn from her chat and learn from her Discord. It's not like that. It's never going to be like that. She cares about me. She loves me on the screen. That is it. She's not going to come to my house. She's not going to go and do things like a regular person would that you meet on the street, because she's on a screen with millions of people that care about her as well, and she has to pull her attention to everybody else that she cares about.
It's the same as fast food or porn or any of these, modern day extrapolations of something that we've created in order to fill a need, whether that's sugar, fat, salt, sex drive or friendship. I think if you're getting that through something like Twitch with a streamer, you're looking for it in the wrong place, and I think that's likely more harming for people than it is good. I mean, if you can separate it as purely enjoying it for entertainment, that's great. I think once you start feeling connected to somebody who's performing online, that's dangerous territory. But what I will say is I think that the communities that spring up around these people are very real and authentic places for people who maybe are lacking certain things in life to create friendships, and people have made.
And what he says about building a friendship. Sorry, I'm so fucking sick. Houston, Texas, allergies are crazy right now. Do not come here. But that's what he's talking about in general when it comes to being a fan and being a content creator in general. They're not there to give you something as you expect it to be. You're there to applaud her or him and just cheer for them. That is it. You're not there to be there and front or inspect more than what it is. And let me rephrase what I'm saying. When you see an actor and actress in general, and you go to their place of work, because that's what they call it, work. We're talking about concerts, stuff like that. When you go see them, do you walk up while they're singing and shake their hands and just say, hey, let's sing together? No, you sit back and you listen and you enjoy what they do. If they do autograph signing, etc., that's fine. They'll take an autograph, they'll take a picture with you, you move on. That's what I think Twitch and a lot of these content things need to start doing in general. To let you know that, hey, that content creator that you're talking to is just there for Twitch and Kick and Trovo and all these companies in general. They're not there to give you everything that you want. Me, I had to step back from this girl that I care about so much. I love her to death. I'm not going to deny that. But I had to sit back and let her do her thing. Let her grow. When I did that, her stream grew even more. When I was being more frontatious, trying to control her stream, trying to make her do what I wanted her to do, that's when things went shit. That's when things went wrong when it comes to her view count, her subscribers. But when I stepped back and allowed her to do what she needed to do with other people, other chats, the ones that have more money than I can give to her in general, that's the love you want to give to somebody. It's like that relationship you've had, that we've all had in general, that you have a connection with that person. It can be guy or girl. You don't want to fuck them. You don't have a sexual relation with them, but the same token, you want to see the best thing in their fucking life in general. You want them to be the most top person in their life. Like, you want to be there in their wedding, in anything they do that's successful in their life. That's what you want to do. But you don't want to fuck them. You don't want them to feel uncomfortable around you. You don't want them to come in there and think in general that it's more than what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had a couple people like that. It's different relationships in life that people need to categorize, to put them in a different order in general. This world, as you see in the background, is the real world. It's things that we do. Make sure my mic's working. It's things that we do. It's things that we do in this real life that will make a difference in our life, my life in general. When I go out there and work and pay bills and take care of my situation, the girls I be with, the friends I meet, etc., that is my life. That is what I do for myself. I don't expect, and I learned this from her and her Discord and her whole life, I don't expect her to change my life in that kind of world. When I'm at work, I watch her and I enjoy her stream. I enjoy her company. I'm infatuated with this woman in general, but not in a sexual way, more as a fan, more sit back and clap and just enjoy her company. Because one thing I do like about Twitch, and I guess being a content creator in general, the one thing I like about Twitch and all these content creating things that I do is that it's different when you're live streaming compared to watching a movie or watching a TV screen in general. Sorry, I gotta keep looking at this motherfucker, make sure it ain't turning off on me. I like watching TV shows and movies. I enjoy that. But live streaming I love even more. It's because you're interacting with that person. And I think that's the problem, because it's a double-edged sword in that. It's like content creators are live. So you say hi, they'll say, hey, Ice-T9, or hey, whatever. So you feel like, oh my God, they care about me like internally. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying, hey, welcome to my stream. Welcome to Twitch. Welcome to all of us being there. Let's see what the stream's going to go through. Please like and subscribe to my channels so we can see where this goes in general, because I need your acknowledgement of me on the stream in general. That's what they're meaning. When I go out there and I meet somebody at the bar or meet somebody on the street, you don't just walk up to them and you're just like, hey, my name's Aaron, how you doing? Give them a hug. They gonna, beat your ass up or whatever, or walk away from you in a video game, of course. But they're not going to walk up there. You're not going to walk up there and bother them, And I think that's what Twitch and a lot of content creating streaming services need to do, in my opinion. Because I've been doing this for a while. I got to be a mod on somebody else's stream that makes more money than I do. I got to be a sub mod on the girl I'm talking about. But I didn't really understand until today, having this conversation with somebody else that used to be just like me, that don't understand the rules and regulations about a content creator to a fan. I just really think they need to start talking about that more.
Friends that they still talk to daily, and I think those relationships are 1000% real and very important too. So I think there's a double-edged sword in terms of the relationship with the streamer, but the relationship with other viewers and how they can interact together to form a community is very real.
There were 7.8 million unique streamers on Twitch in October. That's 7.8 million communities. For every chat like Ludwig's, there are thousands of others where a single message can make an impact. Rather than calling them parasocial, the relationships formed in these communities are better described as symbiotic. Sometimes, it's nice to feel like you're a part of an intimate community, and other times, it's nice to be a part of the swarming mass, to feel like you're a part of something bigger. The very nature of online streaming means that the boundary between performer and friend will always be a tempting one to cross. And that's not going to change. The machine is working as it should.
Like he just said, the machine... The machine is working like it should. When you start as a streamer, or when you start as a fan, when you're a streamer, you want to grow your stream. You want to not deal with this fucked up world we deal with in reality for all the crap that you see in the world. You want to, in general, you want in general for it to grow. You want to be there for somebody. It's like watching an NBA team or a fan. Is it working? Okay. It's not like it's like an NBA team that you're a fan of, or NFL team, or any sports in general. You are there for the end. You want them to go through the season and get a good record. Go through the playoffs, get a good record. Sorry, I can't talk, but you kind of get what I'm saying. And then you want to go to the playoffs and go to the finals and win the championship. And that is it. Then the stream starts all over again until eventually everybody starts noticing that team. Everybody starts noticing how big that stream or that team is and grow from that. That's all you want. You don't want to be friend to one person. You want to be friends to the world. And that's how it is. It's like you don't see people that are in concerts, singers like Linkin Park or whatever. You don't see him individually going out there talking to each one of their fans. They're singing to everybody. They're not singing to you directly. That's not how this works in general.
It's up to us to figure out what we're looking for.
And yeah, I think that video covered almost everything that I want to say, but it's true that the problem's not nearly as bad on YouTube as it is on Twitch. Because Twitch, you can directly interact with me. But it's still worth bringing up on YouTube because I never talk about it here. And there is still some of that that's left over, whether it's in the comments or wanting to come to my Twitch afterwards or whatever it is. So that's why I want to show it to you. And there's another reason I'm bringing this up, and it's because of Jay Schlatt, who recently on his other channel, The Weekly Slap, where he gives advice to watchers based off of emails they write in, said this.
And the last bit that I want to talk about, and I think this is the most important one, in my opinion, is this parasocial relationship that sometimes exists between the people who, consume content and the people who make it. I remember seeing a clip from Ludwig, who is actually the only other person I've ever featured on this channel, and he was talking about this kind of thing. And he basically said, like, I want you to treat my shit like a TV show, I want you to think of it like Lost, almost. Like, you tune in every week on ABC to watch it. Holy shit, it's entertaining at first. They're on an island. There's fucking bears in the forest. Like, what's going on? This is fun. I want to watch it every week. But then, maybe in the third season, starts getting a little weird, falling off the rails a little bit. You don't even know what the fuck's going on in the fourth season. They go to some church, and then they open the door, and then they're filled with light. Are they dead? Was the island real? Who the fuck knows? Either way, you stop watching it. Because it's weird, it's Resident Sleeper. If I'm ever boring, I don't want you to keep watching what I'm doing. I want everybody who watches to be here solely because of the content.
And that's what I mean by that. You don't want to expect much from the streamer. If they're boring, move on. Move to another streamer. And it's just easy like that. It's like a TV show. Like I said, on Twitch, there's thousands of streamers. I'm sure it's still on. There's thousands of streamers that are out there that you can watch. They're not saying, hey, leave us, fuck you, go somewhere else. We're saying, hey, if you think this stream is supposed to be more than what you think it is, it's not. It's just a stream. We're not saying, hey, come here, say a bunch of shit, and then I'm supposed to respond to it, and then I'm supposed to give knowledge to you like that. It's like a TV show, same scenario, like he said. It's not like that in general. You have to understand your boundaries, like I'm talking about. Ludwig, CDog VA, Iron Mouse, all these people in general that are the top streamers making this ridiculous amount of money. The reason why they make that kind of money is because they give you something in general that you want. And their chat room understands that. Now, there are other people in general that don't understand that think it's more than it needs to be in general. And that's what pisses me off. When you see a girl half naked on stream in bikini, etc., this is not meaning they want to fuck you, okay? They allow you to see their body, their sexuality. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like Pornhub. Nothing wrong with it. Like you saw on my damn messenger. I love porn. Who fucking cares? That's what that is. They're just giving you something so you can have fun with. That is it. They're not your friends. They are just a streamer that you support. That is it. Because one thing I have learned being a streamer, being a mod, being a mod person, you have to pay attention on how they feel for what you say. Because if you notice, some streamers, just like my streamer, which I'm not going to say on here, she basically, even though she smiles, you can tell when she feels very uncomfortable with the questions that you ask her, or when you say things like this. So let me get you to the other side of what I'm talking about.
Traveling once again. Just kidding, it's a green screen. I'm partnered with Elgato now. That's quite nice because I like all their stuff. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Oh god, I didn't close it properly. I figured, hey, when I want to talk about something that involves live streaming, I'll just upload it to the second channel and talk about it. And today I want to talk a bit about stream sniping. A lot of people have asked my opinions on it because, as you know, I do a lot of IRL content. And, well, I've had my fair share of stream snipers. Not always good or bad. First of all, I'm getting ahead of myself. What is a stream sniper? If you don't know, a stream sniper is basically when somebody tracks down a live streamer while they are streaming. Obviously, not while they're in their house, because that would be extremely weird and creepy, but for some reason, it's kind of accepted if the person is streaming in real life. Let's say I'm walking around, which I've done many times, and if somebody happens to be geographically close to where I'm streaming, they might drive or run or walk to wherever I'm streaming to come and greet me and kind of snipe me on the stream. That's why it's called stream sniping. It's kind of accepted to be okay as a thing to do in streaming for some reason. It doesn't really have a bad rep as long as the person is normally cool. If the person is not cool, the people generally do not like it. However, there is some dangers and there are some kind of thoughts that I have and kind of concerns that I want to express. So Shibuya Kaho, a good friend of mine who I've made so many videos with, often does IRL streams in Japan, and sometimes she does them alone. However, she tends to do them not in Tokyo. The odds of getting stream sniped kind of go down quite drastically once you leave Tokyo. I did an IRL stream for about 8 days straight with a geographical exact location of where I was in real time to 15 to 30,000 viewers, and only one person actually came to us and said hi. Generally, it's quite safe to stream alone in Japan. Arguably one of the safest places in the world to stream if you're not streaming in Tokyo specifically. And Kaho was doing this. However, once Kaho had ended her stream and she was on her way back from that location to Tokyo, somebody had actually approached her who was watching her on the stream, knowing that she would need to get the train back home, and kind of confronted her at the station off stream. Obviously, when you have a camera running 24/7 broadcasting to 10...
And now you see what I'm talking about. Stream sniping is another thing that I have a problem with. I've seen my streamer, the one that I love with all my heart, go through this so many times. Do not stream snipe nobody. What he's talking about is what I'm talking about. You don't go to where they are at to IRL stream with them. You are a fan. You're supposed to sit back and watch their stream. That is it. You don't go walk up there and talk to them and go in there and have a conversation with them. It doesn't work like that in general. You can't understand how creepy that is. If you're walking on the street and somebody walks up to you and says, "Hey, I remember you," and talk to you. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm so fucking sick, but I have to get this out. They walk up to you and they actually talk to you like they know you. It creeps you the fuck out. That's what I'm talking about. You don't go and cross those lines. Same thing goes with chat to streamer to chat. Same thing goes from streamer to chat to sniping. You don't do that. It's nothing wrong if you bump to each other and, by accident, and y'all talk for a couple seconds, walk away. That's fine. Because we do that in real life. We'll go out in the real world. We'll see a total stranger. We might be in a long line together. We'll look at each other. We'll have a conversation for 5 seconds, and that's it. We're not passing chocolate to each other. We're not passing anything, really, to each other. It's just a one moment. We had a conversation about, hey, it's fucking long line, yada, yada, yada. We'll move on. The other thing that is the problem is the sniping. When I was with the streamer I'm not talking about, there's been times I had to literally talk to the mod and say on her chat and on the mods that she is not your friend like that, because you can see her face get so uncomfortable when they'll say, even though they're not meaning anything creepy, but it's just a way that you're saying it. My grandmother say it's not what you say, it's how you say it to people. That's what I mean. They'll say, hey, I'm in the same area. Let's meet up together. Or they'll say, hey, I saw you on stream from my roof or whatever. And, he. It's like, dude, that's creepy as fuck. They're not seeing you as that. Because look at what happened to Selena and some of these fans that do the most craziest crap out there. We're not saying that the fan is that person, but you never know in this world in general. They run in this world. Some people run in this world for a fascination for people and sexuality and something that they are not. And when they don't get it, they will do something horrible to that person. I'm not saying everybody does that, of course, but I'm telling you from the instance that we've seen that. It's like not just a fan. It's in fascination with that person. They have billboards of their person all around their house. They have like blood of them or maybe a cut or something. It's like a creepy fascination of it. It's like that Eminem song that talked about when Sade, I forget the song name, but basically it's the same thing. When it comes from a fan to become a fascination with that person. You cannot mix those together at all because you are the fan. You're trying to make sure that person is comfortable to stream because you want to be there toward the end of whatever they're going to become in general. That's all you are. You support them by money, talking to them on stream. That is it. You're not going out and trying to find them if they're in your state or town or whatever. And this is not me saying every streamer is like that. I'm just saying most of the ones that I've seen from mods that I talk to on a regular basis are like that. They basically will talk about how some people say the most vile things to them, to the content in general, and they get banned. They wonder why. It's like, no, they're giving you something to make you feel comfortable, to give them money so they can grow. They appreciate you. They love you on stream, but they're not trying to go out of their way to do that to you. And content creators have a problem with that too. That's why you'll see those videos when content creators will go to somebody's house and it turns out the wrong way because they don't know you like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Thousands of people are a lot less willing to commit crimes or do bad things. So when the camera goes off and you're not streaming, it suddenly becomes a bit scarier. Now, obviously, Kaho was very concerned, and she tweeted, "My Twitch chat waiting for me at a station in Tokyo when they knew I was trying to catch my last train after streaming in Shizuoka, about an hour away from Tokyo. Scared me in so many ways." Yeah, this is extremely concerning, especially given that Kaho was streaming alone and that no one was there with her, so it's very fortunate that it kind of just ended in a kind of creepy confrontation. It didn't really go anything beyond that. But who's to say it couldn't have? And obviously, all of the replies to this post are really concerned and worried for Kaho. And I've told Kaho many times that I think that she should have people with her when she streams just in case, because it's scary. Like, legit. Like, you are giving people the exact location of where you are. You're normally carrying a lot of equipment. You're worrying about what Twitch chat is saying. You're focusing on the camera. You're not actually paying as much attention to your surroundings as you would if you were just walking around normally. It is a completely different mindset that you're in. And of course, like any good YouTuber, this made me think about myself. YouTuber try not to skew every single thing about themselves, challenge impossible difficulty. Obviously, I have had my fair share of creepy stream snipers. So here's one that happened with me and Rob. We were in a massage foot bath.
Let me fast forward to what he's talking about. I was on Tokidoki Travelers. Please subscribe to her channel. She's a sweetheart. And she was playing Zelda. And I was just in her chat. And also on the other phone, because I have 3 phones. I know it's too many. I was watching CDawg VA. This guy. He was in, I forgot where he was at. Maybe Las Vegas. I have no idea where he was at. But I actually saw this tall guy walk up to him. And he's going to talk about it on his YouTube video like he's talking about right now. And he basically says, hey, I'm a fan of yours. CDawg was like, hey, nice meeting you. And then he's like, do you live in Japan? And the guy, and CDawg was like, yeah. I see, I'm fans with, I'm in Japan. The guy was asking, so what part of Japan that you live in? And you see CDawg saying goodbye. It's not that he was rude. It's as a content creator, you never, ever tell people where you live at. You never, ever tell them what areas you're going to be at. Because in general, they have their own world they have to live in. Again, like CDawg says, he has a lot of equipment that he takes with him. Like CDawg is saying, there's a lot of content and a lot of things that can happen wrong. Just like he says in the future what he's talking about. He's not saying the guy is creepy. It's just what you said was wrong to say. Because he doesn't know you like that. He knows you as a name on the screen, on chat. That's it. He loves your support. He loves what you do with him. But he's not trying to be personal to that extent. Because he knows the dangers in that. Because there are people, unfortunately, like the girl I'm telling you about, as far as she is growing, the more creepy motherfuckers are out there. They're trying to do harm to her in verbal, not actual there, but verbal.
Kind of parlor, I guess, and randomly this gentleman walked in wearing a full gas mask, looking like a caustic main in his true habitat, holding a laptop, live streaming from the laptop webcam. And this guy was fully Japanese. His English was not very good, but he was really interested in sniping foreign streamers for some reason. So he had seen that one of my cables was acting up, and he came to track me down to give me a replacement cable, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's, I've heard of worse motives to stream snipe someone. But then he whipped out his laptop with like a PS2 iToy here and started streaming us streaming, which is just, no, it's not good. More often than not, especially like Rob. Rob is an IRL streamer in Japan who is the GOAT. He's been doing it for so long. He's been here for years. And because Rob has been doing this for so long, he's built up a lot of friendly connections with a lot of businesses that will allow him to stream in Japan because they know that he's not doing anything bad, and they know that he's not disrupting any of the customers, and he's generally just a positive influence. However, these types of bonds or relationships with these businesses are very fickle, and if you do something that annoys them or you attract some attention that is unwanted, they might often not want you to stream in there ever again, which is fair.
And that goes into what's going on in 2023. I know everybody's been seeing what's going on in Japan with a lot of these stupid content creators going there to get views, to go out there and be fucking stupid as hell and stuff like that. That's what he's kind of talking about in this stream, which is funny. Even though he's talking about, hey, it's fun to go in and help that content creator out with, equipment or whatnot. But there's other ways of doing that in general. Make sure you hear me. Other ways in general to do that. It's a Patreon. It's Amazon wish list. Whatever he has on there, you give them to him. That's it. You don't go to them directly and give them stuff like that unless they ask for it. Just like a content creator, when it comes to reversal, you don't say, hey, like that stupid, I forgot the goddamn streamer name, but when he had told people, when he told people, hey, I have a free PS5s to give out in this area. And hey, let y'all can just come visit me over in this area, and we can just do a stream. We can just get you can get a free PS5 if you come visit me. That's what I'm talking about. The content creator to the streamer, 2 different things in general. And that's one thing I've been trying to understand in my own way. When I was a first streamer in general, because I might get copyright strike for showing their videos, but honestly, I don't give a fuck right now. It just feels like I need to just reiterate what I am telling you. When I was a beginner content creator and I went on somebody else's stream, because on your phone, you can use Twitch. You can actually cast whatever's on your phone. And I streamed their stream on my stream just to do commentary. In my mind, I felt like, hey, I'm supporting this guy, etc. But in his mind, he was pissed the fuck off at me. He banned me. He's like, that's just stealing content from other people. You do not do that. To get a commentary for a video you saw, that's fine. But at that time, I got pissed off. I'm like, bro, I'm your fan. I'm not trying to do that. But you have to look on the content creator side. You can't do shit like that. You can't steal other people's content and just play their stream on there. Just like when you watch NBA illegally. We're talking about the NBA finals, or we watch NFL finals, etc. You don't copy or copyright, or you go on there and you take their, Fox whatnot, screencast it, and then put it on Twitch. That's called copyright strike. 3 of those, you're banned for a while. I guess for life in general. You can't do that. And that's what he's talking about. You have to understand. Fans to a content creator. Both can't cross at all. I have 3 content creators that I talk to. One I talk to directly every once in a while. She's married. She's not married, but she's about to be married. And all that. But you don't want to make her or anybody else feel that you're trying to be more than what you are. We talk about my content. We talk about her content. That's it. When I was on the girl I told you about that I'm really in love with as a friend, not more than what it is, I had to explain to their mods and the chat. It's more content to content creator for me. That's it. Fan to content creator. That's it. I learned what she does to do what I do. When I first streamed, I didn't know how to talk to a camera like I'm doing right now. I didn't know how to do what I'm doing now, showing you a video and streaming this at the same time. I learned this as I learned from them because they sat back and they helped me. They're not my personal friends. They don't come around me. They don't talk to me and call me and ask me how's my day going. But they do ask me that when they're streaming. That's what I mean. You see your streamers or your top content creators as more as a TV show that's live. That just wants to have a conversation with you that way. That's it. They don't want to be next to you. And not in a bad way, but they don't want to be next to you in general and talk to you in that kind of set. Because they had talked to thousands of people at once.
Now, luckily this person didn't make any ruckus or any disruptances, if you will, so it was fine. It's just something that you have to think about, and I'm not even worried about my safety in those situations. My main concern when I'm streaming in Japan, and especially when I'm inside a business or a place, is that I do not want to get more attention than I'm already bringing on myself. I already have this cyborg-esque suit on my back. I don't need more people crowding around me and giving me way too much attention that might adversely affect how streaming will be perceived in that location or that place, right? I want to show that, hey, I can give promotion to this business and I'm not disrupting anything. I'm not doing anything bad. I'm just in, out, I do my thing, show the viewers, maybe get more eyes on it, and I get some content. It's a win-win. And so that's why it can just be a little infuriating.
And that's so true, what Connor is saying. When you're streaming in general, and you go not just Japan or any place in general, your focus is to bring, just like a content creator, when you're a fan, you give them money, subscribers, etc., for them to grow. Same thing goes for you promoting other people's content, which is live, which we're talking about restaurants, hotels, car things, etc. You're trying to grow them because the further they grow, the more money they'll make to grow. Vice versa, the more they'll grow. That's how this works in general. It's no different. Same thing goes for content creator to fan. Same exact thing. Like Connor says, you can't just go and stream in Japan. You have to ask permission. Now, some other areas in the U.S., you just walk in with a camera, and most of them, they don't care. But in other foreign countries, it's different. You have to ask permission to go in there. And that's it. If another person shows up and does a content creating in general, that will make the person feel bad because they trust you. They don't trust the other person because they know they trust you that you're going to put their restaurant, etc., in light in general to be successful. That is it. There's no rhyme or reason with these things that are happening in general. And that's what I mean by fan and content creator. It goes to content creator and a restaurant, a mall, and I'm not talking about a full mall, but when you go to a certain place you like, you ask permission to do that. That's why he means about stream sniping. It's not just stream sniping that's wrong for CDawg VA. It's also stream sniping for the restaurant because you don't want to have that other person in the restaurant feel uncomfortable and bring too many bad attention for that place. Because in general, some people don't like to be on the camera at all. And, people that they're regular customers in general. So that's why it's good to ask if you want to be on their restaurant or store or whatever. Because they can warn that person, they can call them, say, hey, CDawg VA is going to be at this restaurant. So, hey, if you don't want to be videotaped, you might not want to come today. Or you might be in another, we'll put you somewhere else so you don't be on screen. Excuse me. You don't be on stream. So I'm letting you know early so you don't feel uncomfortable not to come back here. And that's what he means by that. You don't want the restaurant or anything else. Because like I said, when you're a streamer and you're a content creator and you're a fan, your fan job is for that person to grow. You're not getting money from them. They're not your family. They're nothing like that to you. They're just there to see them grow and to have accomplishments for yourself. So maybe one day you'll be a streamer because you get to see how they grew from nothing to something. And now you learn from it. That's how I learned how to be a streamer in general. I watched these 3 girls grow. And some were already big already, but I helped them because I learned to grow with them, to show what I want to do on my platform in general to grow. Now I may have 2 viewers like I'm saying right now, maybe 5 or 10, and that's fine to me. But I would not be to see those 2, 3, or 4 viewers if I didn't learn from them to grow, to understand how to deal with these situations.
But obviously another huge concern is safety. You have no idea what somebody's motives are when they're tracking you down on a live stream. Maybe they just want a picture, maybe they just want to say hi, maybe they just want to get on camera for 10 seconds, or maybe they have more nefarious intentions. Maybe they want to try and steal something from you, or maybe they want to harm you in some way for whatever reason. You have to very quickly kind of play this off and figure out what's going on in the situation whilst having an audience of potentially 10 to 20,000 people watching you.
You see what he's saying? It's what I'm talking about. When you're in the real world, IRL streaming, you might feel you're going to walk in there and you're going to talk to them and it's going to be fine. But on his side, he has to think his safety, everything else in his life, because you showed up unannounced in his stream in general. It's not like you just bumped into him and, hey, how you doing? He's coming into your world. You're going into his world, lifelike world. So he has to worry about his safety and all the thousands of people that see him because he doesn't want to get hurt. We're not saying that a fan's going to do that. But as you've seen from Selena and all these type situations, that shit has happened because the infatuation or the fan thought it was more than it was supposed to be. They walk around with their shirts, their hats. They run around with pictures and posters of them in their life. They are a fan to the other level of fan that is not welcomed anywhere. We're talking about Twitch, any Kick, any of those. Because Kick is a platform platform. That is it. There's no more or no less what this is. Ice-T9, CDawg VA, Mizkif, all these platforms are only a platform. They're not a sexual thing. They're not a friend, as in me and you seeing each other in real life. That's not what this is. This is just a platform. Twitch is the mama. The Mizkif, CDawg, me, are the daddy of it. And the fan is the kid. That is it. You don't cross those levels in general.
It's a lot of stress, and it takes a lot of brain power to figure out what the happening and what to do. Now, obviously, I'm very fortunate. I stream mostly in Japan, so I haven't had to worry about people kind of doing things they shouldn't be doing to me on stream, or saying things they shouldn't be saying, but it can happen. Here are some other examples of kind of uncomfortable stream sniping moments that we've had. Me, Pete, and Chris were at a bar. And again, remember, I do not want to disturb the business. That's my main concern, is that I just do not want to be a burden to people around me. By doing these streams, I don't want to annoy or get in the way or interfere with any form of normal life that people have, right? Stream sniper comes, and it's obviously a little bit tipsy, you know, and you can't see this on the camera, but he basically blocks the way for the staff to get out with his baggage, and the staff are visibly annoyed about this, but you can't really see this on camera because of the way I've angled it. He then proceeds to just kind of ramble on about some kind of incoherent stuff, and just generally being a bit odd and uncomfortable.
You guys came at the right time, because now it's time to say. Even my friends will give me that.
Thanks, man. Nice seeing you, man. Take care, dude. See you around. See you around, man. Take care.
Nice to see some people without masks.
What's up, man? Take care, dude. Have a good day.
I hope you guys what you're looking for here. We've already found them.
I'm still looking, but I'll find it.
And that's the other thing I always talk about. There's nothing wrong being drunk. We all have a friend that does that, or a group of friends that do that. And it goes back to alcohol is obviously the problem sometimes. You know, when you have that friend that drinks so much and you can see he's about to do something stupid, stop him before he does something stupid. Because yes, he's drunk, he's going to be belligerent, he's going to be stupid. That's fine. But in the same token, you're scaring the fuck out of everybody. The person that's actually in the restaurant, the people that are actually streaming, etc. And that's what I just don't understand in general. People don't understand. Content creators or IRL streamers, etc. to the fan are totally different. That's how it's supposed to be. That's all it's gonna be in general. CDawg's not gonna come to your house. Mizkif's not going to go to your house. They just want your money. But they're giving you something so you can give it to them. Because they have a goal in their life to basically grow. That's how this works. Now, I'm not saying all content creators are like this. But I am noticing a lot of people, as a mod, as my own Ice-T9, and my female friend I told you about, are having this problem in general. They're not knowing their boundaries. They're not knowing things that they should say or shouldn't say. Because, good example, she went to New York, and two of the chatters met her there. One is cool, no problem. The other one is overexcited. And you can tell she sees that, okay? Number one, she doesn't know you like that, okay? So, of course, she's uncomfortable. She don't even know you other than the chat that you have with that person. But then he wants to take pictures with her. He wants to do selfies with her. He's trying to be more a friend with her. And you can see her face how uncomfortable she felt. And she eventually just told him to stop in a nice way, respectful way. Because she wasn't there to be your boyfriend or girlfriend, etc. She was there for you to show her around the town. If it works out, fine. If she calls you afterwards that she doesn't, that's fine. That's what I'm talking about. You have to know your boundaries. Even when you see your content creators walking around, you have to know your fucking boundaries. You walk up, say hi, you leave. I've seen people do that all the time. They'll give them a token or they'll give them some kind of gift and they'll leave. Because I've seen CDawg and Chris Abroad do that all the time.
Here it is.
What I was looking for, it does not exist anymore.
And obviously we've kind of signaled to this guy, hey, nice meeting you, see ya. Basically just saying, hey, please leave now. And this guy just kind of isn't really wanting to and is kind of hovering around, and it's just quite uncomfortable.
That's alright.
And even at one point falls over and nearly tips the table over, again just bringing so much attention to this already weird thing that I'm doing. And obviously looking back, I felt like I could have handled this better. Maybe I should have just left the camera and just maybe explained to him very quickly privately, hey man, don't do this. But it's also hard. You have 10,000 people watching you and judging every single minute thing that you're doing. You have to juggle all of these emotions and feelings and whatever is happening. And so I'd like to think that the reason I'm not too concerned about stream snipers is because I think I'm pretty good at handling these situations. I feel that I'm able to kind of juggle and figure out the vibe very quickly and kind of handle it as we go. And so I don't think I've ever had any really bad experiences, because I normally will kind of cut it off if I can tell that somebody is kind of up to something they shouldn't be, or if they have the kind of vibe where you obviously don't want to be around them much longer. And it's not just myself that I worry about with stream sniping. I also worry about the other person. I have experience being on camera. I know how to compose myself on camera, I know how to talk, and I know how to just not say dumb shit. Except for trash taste, that's a different thing. However, sometimes people say things that I know that they don't mean it the way they said it, just based off their demeanor. However, what they say will be interpreted by the internet as far worse. A great example of this is when I was streaming in LA with Ludwig. We were streaming at round 1. The first hour was pretty okay. We got recognized a few times, but obviously after the first hour, where people figured out where we were and had more time to kind of drive over, the second and third hour, well, it was just insane. Like the amount of stream snipers we had, and the round 1 nearly
After
at one
a
point
year
just
of
stopped working
this- of
because
knowing
people
this-
just wouldn't leave us alone. All the staff started taking pictures. A lot of people there just kind of stopped what they were doing to come over and watch. It was a whole thing. It was crazy, and I didn't really talk about it much at the time because I was just trying to get through it, and we were just trying to get out. When we turned off the camera, it even got even crazier. We just wanted it to end there. Again, Ludwig is a huge deal, and so streaming with Ludwig, doing an IRL stream in one location, not moving around, yeah, it makes sense. And it was just the two of us. We were a little concerned about safety, but it all worked out in the end.
All right, let's see if I can show you the other one I'm talking about. I forget how you do this.
Things because I feel like I guess I'm just gonna be like honest about everything. Usually I just like choose not to like share certain things because I feel like it's for the best, or like I don't want to like make people sad or like feel weird. It's just been like a really weird last 6 months, I guess. Like well, more things happened this week that were like specific to why I took off. There's just been a lot of weird things happening the past 6 months, and by that I mean like things with weird people. Like a lot of you probably know that the reason that I moved to Austin early is because of a weird person, which I didn't know this until recently. There are some streamers who think that like I made that up to like be able to move here, which makes no sense because first of all, I was already invited to move here because I was gonna move here because of OTK, and like I was already gonna live with like this house because of OTK and stuff, but I just moved early because of that. But yeah, the last 6 months has just been very rough and weird, and like I never wanted to like say anything because I didn't like want to make people like feel weird or like seem like I was like farming pity or anything. But I mean, everything's fine. Like, nothing, like, super bad has happened. But, like, for example... Oh, hello?
How am I a scumbag? What did I even do?
I was having a serious talk. It's okay.
Oh.
Awkward. What was I saying? Like, honestly, I am glad that I live with a bunch of other streamers. Because, one, I think it, like, prevents a lot of bad stuff, and then also like they're very understanding and like smart and aware of things like that, I guess that you could say. But yeah, there's like been certain times that like I was really stressed. Ugh, I'm getting upset. and like didn't really want to stream, so like, sorry, I'm getting upset.
Now, do you see what I'm talking about? Amaru is eventually going to tell you, and she doesn't really want to talk about it. She had to file a restraining order on a fan for what I'm talking about. You cannot not think that they want you like that. You're crossing the line in general. If they're talking to you, whispering you, like directly, that's one thing. But having a fascination with these people in general, no, you don't do that. You don't do that on stream. You don't do that in real life. You creep them the fuck out. Believe me, I always say, hey, nice tits, or whatever. Depends on the streamer. Some girls don't give a shit about that crap. But there's others that you can tell they're very uncomfortable when you say things like that to them. Like I said, all 3 of these videos go loop around. It's not what you say, it's how you're saying it to people. Now, I don't know the person that she did a restraining order for. She didn't really talk about it on here. But for myself, just seeing this, I can tell that she's very uncomfortable about this. She's not happy about this. She's never said, if you watch any of her streams, she doesn't talk about sexual stuff or boobas or whatever on there. She just does her stream, opens things up, plays some Fortnite or whatever game she does, cosplays, that's it. That's all you're going to get from her. She's not there for any of your sexual fantasies or whatever you think it is, because it's, again, it goes from the content creator to the fan. There's not changed at all. You have to understand there's 2 sides of a coin. You don't know what happened. He could have just been a fan that just really loved her a lot, because I had that experience with my fan that I was the same way with, but I had to learn these things. But others never learn it, because you don't want her to feel like this. You don't want her to feel uncomfortable in general, because it's not right. She's there for a job. That is it. It's like you go to work, you see this pretty girl with big tits, nice ass, or big dick, big muscles in general. But you don't want to go in there and make them feel uncomfortable saying those things to them, because HR will get your ass fired.
Like, one of the breaks that I took like 3 months ago, it's because I had to take time off to file 2 restraining orders in 1 week. 2 separate ones. So that really fucking sucked. And I feel like I'm not as good as hiding when I'm upset as other streamers, which is why I would choose to just not stream. But I kind of realized that maybe it's actually better to stream, because, for example, 12 days ago when I last streamed, I was like so like stressed and upset that I literally was crying for like 2 hours before I went live. But then when I was in my intro, I was like, oh. And then when I was streaming, I literally like was so happy and forgot about everything. So I was like, yay, it's fine. I decided at that time to take like a couple days off because a bunch of people were saying like, bro, you need to chill. And I was like, but I want to stream. But so I took a little bit of time off. And so I was just chilling and like I cosplayed for fun and stuff because that makes me happy. And then on, I think it was Thursday, I got a text from my mom and I was like, you need to come home right now. Like, your grandma had a stroke and she's brain dead and she's gonna die at any time. And I was like, oh. So I went to go see them and do family stuff and all that. But I'm back now. So yeah, that's why I was gone for 12 days this time. But yeah, everything's fine. I'm just gonna keep streaming and stuff because when I stream, I do feel like a lot happier and I like never think about things like
Give me a second,
so
pop my popcorn.
It's all good, but yeah, haha. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too in depth about like the stuff with weird people, but I mean, it's like, unfortunately, it's just one of those things that I think that like everybody who's a streamer deals with to some extent. But I think that in particular, I have been a bit unfortunate with some of those things. Like, I've talked to other streamers that are similar to me, and like they have stories as well, but they're like, bro, like what the fuck? I pretty much only have taken long breaks when I felt like I should, But besides that, you know, I mean, I don't stream much in the first place. I'm not trying to act like I'm like, oh, I'm working so hard. I love streaming and stuff, and everything's fine. So yeah, it's all good. And yeah, seeing my family was nice, and but I couldn't stay for long, and my mom and my aunts left anyway, so what happened was my grandma, she was getting older, and she was like, before I die, I want to like see where my oldest daughter lives, because she's never been to America, and then she ended up passing away when she came to America. So my mom and my aunts had to take her back to Asia for the funeral, which I cannot go.
And you've met those kind of people in general, that they'll say, hey, I'm fine. We'll talk about something else. They're not fine. They're not happy. They're traumatized. Now that person, I have no idea who she did, or who she filed those restraining orders on. I mean, it could be just some creepy dude in general. But this is what I'm talking about. You have to understand what the content creator is talking about. They don't know you physically as a person, as in you and me talking to each other. They see themselves as a chat, as a name. That's it. That's all they want. You give them money, they give you something. That's what Twitch and streaming services are. That is it. Every once in a while, you might get one that whispers to you and talks to you personally. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I'm just saying in general, that's what they are. It's not going to change. And when you do more than you think you're supposed to do as being a fan, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get them putting a restraining order on you. You're going to make them feel uncomfortable. You'll make the stream turn to shit. Because think about it. Make sure it's on. Think about it. Twitch in general is an archive. You put on every platform, YouTube, etc. That one thing that you did wrong, even though you didn't mean it, can fuck up their whole stream in general. That's what I mean by that. Because a content creator has content he has to make. He has to feed the beast. He has to feed Twitch in general. And basically show, hey, I'm worthy of you, Twitch, and all these other streaming services in general. And if it's not being feeded right, they're going to be in the back burner. There's an algorithm that works on YouTube, Twitch, etc. Top streamers get first dibs in general. All the others stay in behind. That's how that works. It's sad, doesn't make any sense to me, but that's how it's been working for decades. And that's what I mean for what I am saying. That you don't cross those lines, because not only are you doing it for the restaurant, people around him or her on IRLs or even when she's streaming, but you're actually going to do that on her stream in general. And if you love your content creators as much as you love them from a distance like I do. I love this girl to death from a distance. That's why she reads my streams all the time, because I don't treat her as a content. I do treat her as a person, but not as a person as she's going to come to my house and cute clothes, suck my dick, and etc. I'm not seeing that. More I'm seeing is I'm there for her as a fan. That's my duty as a fan. That is it.
Because it's very far away. And yeah, I felt really bad for my cousins, because I have a bunch of cousins that are around my age, and they were like desperately trying to get visas to like go see my grandma before she fully passed away. But the government was denying them, because when you're like
let's go back to CDawg VA.
Luckily. Obviously, streaming IRL in America is a different beast and a lot scarier, I would say, just because anyone could have a gun on them, which is really concerning. Back to the point, sometimes they can be really well-intentioned stream snipers who want to come and say hi on stream and maybe ask a question. However, they ask something or say something that comes off as really creepy or weird or intrusive. A great example of this is on a stream I did with Ludwig when we were going around round 1 in LA. Somebody came out to me and was kind of being friendly, and they had a JoJo shirt, and you know, we were having a great time just chatting, and I was trying to, you know, just get on with the Crane games. And he asked me, oh, where am I from in Tokyo? And then he's like, no, where do you live?
Where do you live in Canada? In Tokyo? Yeah. Do you know which house this is? Which house? What, my house? No, I don't want to. You want my address?
No, not address.
It's okay. See, don't worry about it.
And obviously it came off as extremely creepy to the viewers. However, I could tell that the guy had realized immediately when he said that he had said it in a far too creepy way, and I could realize the guy didn't mean it. So I didn't want this guy to get absolutely dragged by like 10 to 15 to 20,000 people live, because I could tell the guy just up and said the wrong thing. The guy didn't mean it, and he didn't actually want to know where I live. However, because this guy just kind of up for one brief second, now a lot of internet people are going to label him as a freak and a weirdo, and I don't think that's fair. Like, yes, it was kind of creepy, but I could just tell the guy didn't mean it in the way that it appeared, which is unfortunate. And another example of this that happened recently is...
And that's what I mean by inconvenience. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yes, I'm excited. If I saw her tomorrow at the mall or something, of course I want to walk up to her. Of course I want to just say, hey, nice to meet you, etc. But I'm not going to ask her, hey, are you Japanese? Are you Chinese? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? You don't do that. You do that with your personal friends. But people that don't even know you, they're not going to tell you their information. And you're going to sound like a jackass. It's just, you have to understand your boundaries. What I'm talking about, from fan to content creator. It goes both ways. They're not your actual friends. They're just there to give you something for Twitch, for their channel, and for your enjoyment. That's it, like a TV show. The only difference between that is they're your friend on TV. That is it. They're not going to come to your house. They're not going to do anything like that.
Is that I was doing an IRL stream with Mouse. I told people, and I told Mouse that I was not gonna take any photos or talk to any stream snipers that stream, because for me it was just a thing for Mouse. It was a Christmas thing for Mouse. Mouse doesn't get to go outside. Mouse doesn't get to see any of these Christmas lights, so I wanted to take her around to go and see all the Christmas markets and just kind of get a perspective of what it's like in Japan to see all this stuff. And I told people I didn't want to do stream snipers because I felt like that was hers to enjoy, and I don't think it was fair to allow people to try and have their moment in that. And somebody came up to me near the end of the stream and kind of was trying to play it off like they had found me accidentally, and I just told them, no, I'm not taking any photos, and I don't want to. And I said maybe another time.
Oh, hi. Oh, what's up?
What a coincidence.
Coincidence?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a big coincidence.
Nice to meet you. Can I take a picture or?
Yeah, maybe not right now. Sorry, man. Nice meeting you, though, man. Take care.
And the guy had clearly looked like he'd made a mistake. He looked like he was really dejected by it. He realized he f***ed up, and actually he messaged me a day or two later on Instagram. I don't know how I caught this because I never checked my Instagram messages. Hey Connor, I was the coincidence guy from yesterday. Just wanted to say sorry for interrupting the special stream. I def acted before thinking, but I felt I would regret not taking what felt like once in a lifetime chance to meet you in person. I do feel guilty now though, since it was for sure not the best time, especially given that it wasn't your stream specifically. So sorry again, but still thanks for being so chill about it. Hope the stream ended up being a great one. Merry Christmas. I basically just told the guy, hey, don't worry about it. It's all good. The guy had obviously realized that he f***ed up, and I appreciated that, but still, it was not welcome. So why am I talking about this? Why am I talking about the different...
And that's what I'm talking about. Do not go to where they're at in general. Watch the stream in general. Ask them on stream, hey, can I come, well, not really ask, that sounds creepy too. But if he says, hey, if y'all want to come visit me, fine, go see them. But other than that, do not come follow them. Do not go running to go see where they're at, give them a gift. Because unfortunately in this world, a lot of people have crazy things they want to give people. I mean, that's how, unfortunately, how this world works. But just understand, you have a duty as a fan. Hey, being sick. You have a duty to be a fan, just as much as the content creator has a duty to be a content creator. That is it. I'm learning this as fast as I can actually understand it in my perspective. But I'm kind of glad how IC9 is growing. All platforms in general. I had to play it on Streamlab because unfortunately I don't have the same gifts as this one has. I like the intro, how it looks. But you have to understand, there's a fan and there's a content. Simple as that. You can't sit there and expect it to be any different than what it is. Now, I hope y'all have learned something. I don't know if you ever did. Only had 2 views. That's fine with me. But you have to understand, you can't just go through life and expect content creators to give you something that you do not have. They will not give you a relationship. They will not give you a personal friendship, as in they come to your house or, stuff like that. They're not that to you. They're just on your screen. That is it. Your phone, your tablet, your computer, etc. If Twitch and these companies would actually understand that and tell these people that do that for chatting, would be a lot easier. But unfortunately, they don't. So I'm telling you, do not sniper people. Even if it's fun to you to do that shit, you're hurting her or him stream sniping. You're hurting the channel. Because if she or he got to figure something to get you the fuck out, YouTube, Twitch, all of them are going to see that for years. Because that stuff is archived in general. Have respect. Have honesty to what the content creator is. And stay in your fucking lane. That's all I'm saying. Now tomorrow, I'll stream. I don't know if it'll be a game or me talking. Whatever you want me to do. But I hope you understand what I am saying. You don't cross boundaries. Because as you can see with the 3 examples I showed you, that's what I'm talking about. If this girl came to my house right now, and I actually seen her, I would treat her with the same respect as I would treat her on stream. I would not go further thinking that we're together or going out or etc. That's not what this is. That's not what it's ever going to be. Now, if she wants to do something, that's her doing. But your job as a fan is to keep your boundaries all the way toward the end. If they talk to you an actual person, and they want to see you differently as a content creator to a fan to, yeah, let's go fuck or do this, fine. Even then, you keep that shit to your fucking self. If you fuck them or do anything with them, any personal things that you have with that person, you keep it to your fucking self. It doesn't change at all. If you're even married to that person, same scenario. You do not want to be on her stream. You do not want to let everybody else know that you're with a person because she's playing or he's playing a character on that screen. That's how this works. You do not cross it ever in any kind of way on Twitch, Trovo, Kick, etc. Well, anyways, I'm done with this stream. I'm going to restream this in a minute so maybe y'all can understand what I'm saying. I'm going to stream probably tomorrow and talk about something else. I have no idea. I feel like I haven't really been doing that lately because so many good games have been coming out and I'm getting a lot of followers on that. I stream on Twitch, Trovo, and Kick. I'm affiliate on Kick, Trovo, and Twitch, trying to get affiliate or monetize on YouTube. ICE_TEA as in T9. Subscribe to all my channels and hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye.